Good evening and welcome in to Jersey City, New Jersey for today's broadcast of Gothic Night Men's Basketball here on GothicVision. Tonight, in non-conference competition, it's a good one. Two of the best teams in each of their respective regions as NJCU welcomes in the Falcons of Albertus Magnus College. Albertus Magnus, perennial contenders and usual champions of the Great Northeast Athletic Conference. They come in at 6-2 overall. Winners of their last three, and the Gothic Knights are going to have a task tonight to try to shut down the 11th best scoring offense in the nation. They come in averaging 93.5 points a game. Albertus Magnus yet to play a conference game. NJCU, 5-2 on the year, ranked number 24 in the country momentarily. I do, however, expect NJCU to fall out of the top 25 when the new poll is released later tonight because of the loss to William Patterson next week. But at the moment, still 24th in Division III, 5-2 on the year, 2-1 in the NJAC, and they have won two of their last three games. Ira Thor with you here at the John J. Moore Athletics and Fitness Center and Coach Charlie Brown Court. Our producer today is Paul Tanasili. On the PA in the background, you can hear Ralph Kajarczyk. And on the camera is JJ Bertasia. Not sure where he went. He should be on the camera. Have to go figure that one out. Let's take a look at today's starting lineups. First for Albertus, you have that on the screen there. Ryan Pittman, senior guard out of Stratford, Connecticut. Jamerica Green Younger, he's a junior guard out of Norwalk, Connecticut. Another guard, a sophomore, 6'2", Tyreek Perkins out of New Haven, Connecticut, which is where the Albertus Magnus campus is located. At forward/center is 6'6", 210-pounder out of Bloomfield, New Jersey, number 12, Kyer Martin. And the other forward is 6'6", junior out of Waterbury, Connecticut, number 24, Damian Grant. For the Gothic Knights, LeVron Green in the starting lineup. The senior guard finally healthy, 6'2", out of Teaneck, New Jersey. Number 1, Shaquan Worthy is your point guard, senior, 5'7", out of Trenton, New Jersey. At power forward is Yuri Brutus, the senior out of Roselle, New Jersey, 6'5", your center, 6'5", sophomore Chikawosu out of Jersey City. And your small forward, number 30 All-American Sam Toney, the junior out of Plainfield, New Jersey, now with 1,009 career points. In a little bit of a scoring slump right now, Toney is. He's scored in single digits in 2 of his last 3 games, including 3 points on Saturday against Rowan when he fouled out. Gothic Knights need to get him going, but got going in that win over Rowan on Saturday was LeVron Green. He scored 20 points. And for Green, this is an interesting matchup because last year he scored 34 points against this Albertus Magnus team up in New Haven, Connecticut, including a running three-pointer at the buzzer to win the game 81-80. And because of that shot, he was named the Division III National Player of the Week. It will be Chikawosu jumping against Kyer Martin as we get going here in Jersey City. And the opening ball is grabbed by Sam Toney. How will the Gothic Knights interact? This offense of Albertus, which just picked off the steal, a poke away by Martin, and that ball is swatted away by Green. So an inside bounce pass looking for Wosu and a steal by Martin. As we are underway here in Jersey City, your referee today is Dennis Alaco, Peter McGuire, Jeff DiTillo, the other officials. Pittman with the ball, 5'10", 170-pounder out of Stratford, Connecticut. Worthy, bodies against him. Good defense, pass inside, poked away by Brutus. Sam Toney with it. Toney up court, looking for Green. Green pops a 3, bang! Right away, LeVron Green, and the Knights have a 3-0 lead. Gothic Knights going to have to do a press today, I think, against this team to slow them down. They are prone to turning the ball over. Pull-up jump shot is off the mark. A rebound underneath and a putback, however, by Martin, and it's 3-2. Worthy started the year as the backup point guard after starting the last 2 years. James Richardson had been starting, but Worthy has been playing better off the bench and has worked his way back into the starting lineup. Foul for the Falcons is on Martin. That'll be their first for Albertus Magnus. And Worthy will inbound. Looks to Green. Green, who wore 20 last year, is wearing 0 this year. Green pops a 3, and he connects. LeVron Green with the first 6 points for the Gothic Knights. Bounce pass inside. Dunk is missed. And rebound by Yuri Brutus. I think a little bit of a block there by Wosu. And then Tony with it. Tony drives. Tony to the window. Oh, and it rolls in and out. And a rebound by Younger. And back and forth we go. This will be a quick-paced game. I think there was a clip there. And a foul on the Gothic Knights. And it will be on Chika Wosu as Green Younger, the 6'1", 175-pounder out of Norwalk, is tripped up. 1 foul apiece as we are less than 2 minutes into action. Wosu deflects the inbounds pass away into the NJCU bench, so it'll be inbounds to my left. Here, the NJCU cheerleaders, they are on hand here on a Monday night in Jersey City. 3 weeks in a row, they'll have a Monday night non-conference game here at the JMAC. Next two will be women's games. And a blocking foul is charged against Worthy as Tyreek Perkins went down hard trying to drive. And Albertus originally wanted a shooting foul, but it was away from the basket. 6-2 to Gothic Knights, and inbounds here by the Falcons. Nearly a 5-second call, and they step on the baseline. Turnover on the Falcons. And Albertus calls timeout. Mitch Oliver, in his 12th year as the head coach of Albertus Magnus, a veteran head coach. Albertus last year, another great season, but it ended in disappointment. They went 21-6 overall, 15-1 in the GNAC, but they got tripped up in their conference title game by really the only other top-level team in their league, Johnson & Wales, 84-80, and because of that, they missed out on the postseason despite winning the regular season title. They have been in the NCAA tournament 5 times since 2010, actually 6 times if you include 2010, but 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, and 2017, they are always in the picture. And at times, they've been in the national rankings. Very good program that Mitch Oliver has run up there in New Haven and has become a great rivalry for these two programs. NJCU and Albertus playing for the 3rd year in a row. Series is 2-2 all time. Worthy thought about a 3, then drives, and then he's going to reset. Worthy dribbling to the top of the arc. Over to Tony. Tony trying to back his way in. Playing the small forward position. Pops a 3. Got it! First 3 baskets for the Knights are all 3s, and it's 9-2 NJCU. Great defense there. Nearly knocked away by Worthy. Perkins with it. After the timeout, Albertus trying to regain its composure. Thought about a 3, driving, running right-hander is no good, and a block on the way up. Younger went up, and he got blocked by the smallest player in the court, Jaquan Worthy, and we will have a couple substitutions for the Falcons. Terry Dawkins, a 6'4" freshman guard out of Queens, New York. Liam Perryman, a 6'9", 210-pounder junior center out of Poughkeepsie, New York. Wosu Defending the inbounds, kicked out. That three is off the mark, rebounded by Sam Toney after the miss by Perkins. 9-2 Gothic Knights. They have started quick many times this year. They have had problems finishing. Worthy with it. You can hear head coach Mark Brown to my left in the mic. I'm sitting 2 feet away from him. Worthy, that ball's knocked away. Kicks it out, though, after he recovers to Toney, who knocks it down. And 4 straight threes for the Knights. So 12-2 NJCU with a quick lead, all coming from deep. Head fake there, drives to the rim. Should be an offensive foul. And they call it on Green. They call a blocking foul on the Knights. And that will bring up a shooting foul, a Green-Younger free throw coming up. A pair of free throws, in fact, a 6'1", 175-pounder. Green-Younger, 77% free throw shooter on the year, and he connects on the first. It's 12-3. Albertus as a team shooting 71% this year. They average 93.5 points a game as a team. They give up 82.9. After the free throws are both good, it'll be Devon Warner coming in for Albertus. So Sam Toney with 6, Green has 6, and the 2 all-conference returning players for the Knights both have gotten hot early on. 12-4 NJCU. Yuri Brutus trying to back his way in, swings it to Wosu, now to Toney. Toney, 3, another! And Sam Toney has woken up from his slumber. Hibernation is over. 15-4. They call a foul on Toney in midcourt, and he is in stunned disbelief. That is foul number 3 on a 4, correction, number 4 here in the first half on the Knights. And 4 different players have now picked up 1. 4 minutes gone by here in Jersey City. Worthy nearly knocks away the inbounds. Worthy, good defense there, staying with his man. And that is swatted away by Green. Loose ball picked up by Worthy. And the Knights in transition. Green with it. Green swings it. Toney, corner. That's off the mark, rebounded by Brutus. Brutus over to Wosu. And looked like he was fouled, nothing called. Toney the rebound. He is, in fact, fouled. And he is pumped up as he gives a high five to Green. I haven't seen that much emotion out of Sam Toney all year. Gothic Knights are 5 for 6 from three-point range thus far today. Toney will go to the line. He'll shoot a pair. And the first one is good. That's 10 points already for Toney, who had just 9 points in 2 of his 3 previous games. Re-entering the contest, actually first time in, I should say, is Kalon Wilkes, freshman guard out of Bridgeport, Connecticut. And JC will sub in a moment and will bring in high-scoring 6-man Denzel Banks. Second free throw by Toney is good. He'll get a quick breather after doing a ton of work. A big high five from head coach Mark Brown, Abdul Madison, and the rest of the coaching staff. Toney, a 72% foul shooter on the year, knocks down both. He is 11. The lead is 17-4. Gothic Knights trying to put the foot on the accelerator and not look back. Layup attempt is no good. Rebounded by Worthy, missed by the 6'9 Perryman. Now Worthy with it. Worthy over the Yuri Brutus. LeBron Green with it. Green back to Brutus. A long 2-pointer. Yuri Brutus says, I can shoot from distance too. And it's 19-4. And this is the Gothic Knights squad that we thought we would see. Knocked away by Brutus. Brutus down the court. Brutus to the rim. And he lays it in. And it's 21-4. And the Knights are blowing out the Falcons in the first half. And we are going to, first time ever, going to try a replay here. Were you able to pull that off there, Paul? I missed it. We will try later in the game. We have a brand new toy here that Paul Tanaselli and Janine Massetti, our two producers, are going to experiment with. We are going to implement replay for the first time ever on GothicVision. Instead, we will take a quick break here. We'll have a scoring update. You know what? Let me stay here. Let me give you a stats update, because right now this is nuts. Oh, you have some stats? All right, let's pull it up. So Paul Tanasilli will bring up our current stats, and there you see the Gothic Knights. They are just electric right now, shooting 70% from the field to start this game. 83% from three-point range. They've hit both of their foul shots. They are out rebounding a really good Albertus team, 6-3. And the 24th ranked team in the country wants to stay there. And they're doing everything in their power right now because they are on top of one of the better teams in the New England region, 21-4. And Terry Dawkins will check into the game. Can the Gothic Knights keep this energy going? Denzel Banks, who was the NJAC Player of the Week as a reserve last week, is now on the floor. Three-point attempt, off the mark, loose ball, tiptoeing the baseline. Banks tried to get it free. And Albertus recovers, drives, finger rolls good. So a little floater is good by the Falcons. They get their first field goal in a while. Green, oh, he tried to turn the corner, had it poked away. Warner with the steal. And the Gothic Knights forced a foul at midcourt to prevent the breakaway. They'll have a couple subs here. James Richardson, number 3. Yuri Brutus, number 14, will both check in for the first time. And that foul on Brutus. Good foul, though, after the turnover by Green to prevent the 2-point breakaway, which is what it would have been. At the foul line, it's Dawkins. Backs in, spins against James Julius. Julius gets the block. So a block by Julius. And it's a jump ball. It belongs to Albertus. Inbounds, very close to a 5-second. Warner with it. Three-pointer right side. In and out. And Wosu right there for the carom. Up court, the Knights moving quickly. It's Buddha, James Richardson with it. Swings it to James Julius. Worthy with it. Down low looking for Wosu. Had trouble handling it, but has no trouble finishing. And it's 23-6. First basket for the sophomore center, one of the younger players on the team. Quickly the other way, three-pointer, rims over the backboard, and a dead ball rebound for the Gothic Knights. Substitutions, it'll bring Jarrell Spence. He's a 6'2 freshman out of Hartford, Connecticut. Also Michael Richardson. Richardson, a 6'4 center out of the Bronx, New York, both into the game. As Albertus goes deep into its bench. Julius with it. Now Richardson has it. Richardson back to Julius. Wosu has a little bit of a mismatch size-wise. Kicks it out to Julius. That's way off the mark. He has been ice cold from the field all year. The Knights need to get him going. Dawkins has the rebound. Brought to the floor by Pittman. Layup is in and out. Rebounded by Richardson. Looks behind him. Sees nobody. Pushes to Worthy. Worthy to the rim. Left hand. Yes! And it's 25-6. Shaquan Worthy taking over. Quickly, and this team can strike fast, and they do. Marquise Owens, who just checked into the game, hits a three. Gothic Knights try to catch Albertus sleeping, and they do, as James Richardson, in the fast break mode, knocks it down 27-9. Oh, Worthy tips it towards me. Stay away. And it's Denzel Banks with it. They say it was out of bounds. Worthy with an incredibly athletic play there, but it will be Albertus ball. Sam Tony's going to check into the game. and give Worthy a break. A much-deserved break. So the Falcons will inbound. It'll be Terry Dawkins to my right. Hello, fans. 27-9. Ira Thor with you here at the John J. Moore Athletics and Fitness Center. Coach Charlie Brown Court in Jersey City. 27-9. NJCU on top of Albertus. Contested three-pointer and a loose ball. And James Julius is able to tip it out to Denzel Banks. That's the third time I nearly got taken out. Richardson has it. Inlet pass. Looking for Tony. Tony kicks out to Julius. Good ball movement. Banks drives to the rim. And a reverse layup is yes! 29-9. The lead is 20 with 12 to go here in the first half. And the Knights already have nearly 30 points. High-paced game. I thought that was a push-off there. Off the mark. Rebounded. It'll be Richardson coming up with it for the Knights. Graylin Vereen's now into the game as a second guard. Vereen to the basket. It's blocked. Blocked by the other Richardson, Michael Richardson. Then up the court. Three-pointer contested off the mark. Tony grabs the board. Tony pushes up the floor. Tony is bumped and fouled by Pittman as he forces a foul, the All-American does. That is Tony's fourth board already. The Knights, correction, it'll be the Falcons sub. They will do a wave. We'll have 4 new players as Owens, Rashawn Brewer, he's a new player, into the game. Wilkes comes back in, number 30. And also back in is Tyreek Perkins, one of the starters. Sam Tony from NBA range. That's off the mark. And a good job falling out of bounds. Green Younger is able to throw it off of James Richardson, and it will be Albertus Magnus' ball. Not a great shot there by Tony. That was from about 28 feet. It's probably the first bad shot Tony has taken today. 29-9. NJCU playing a team that this helps both teams' schedules as the year goes along because it'll build up the SOS. Both teams will have somewhere around 20 wins this year. Foul is on Graylin Vereen. Vereen, the 6-foot freshman guard out of Kearney, a D1 transfer from Coppin State. Didn't play there and came home and is got 4 years of eligibility. It'll be Damian Grant, returner, at forward for Albertus, and they will inbound from the right of their own basket. Ball in the backcourt, picked up by Banks, lost control. Banks to the rim, reverse layup, in and out. Banks gets his own rebound, and he finishes. What work there by Denzel Banks as he's able to recover after a contested shot and say, I'll take chance number 2 and I'll hit it this time, 31-9. Good defense by the Knights. Traveling violation on the Falcons. James Julius doing a great job of shutting down the lane. And after a quick breather, Ryan Pittman will come back in. Pittman averages 26 minutes a game. They play a lot of players, this Falcons team does. Pittman sees the most action per night. Vereen brings it up for NJCU, hands it off to Denzel Banks. Banks is bumped. Banks says, I don't care, drives anyway. That is swatted out of bounds by Brewer.
How was that not a foul?
And before the shot, I thought Banks got bumped, and head coach Mark Brown feels the same. The shot block was clean, but before the shot even got blocked, Banks absolutely got bumped. The 6'2" player out of East Orange. Gothic Knights have just one starter on the floor right now, and Sam Tony. He's a pretty good one. First team preseason All-American. Vereen to the basket, kicks it. Richardson, 3. That's short, but Tony's there. Loose ball and picked up, however. And it'll be Brewer with it. 3-point attempt is going to be short. Loose ball picked up by Vereen. The Knights are running. Banks, Richardson, layup. Yes, 33-9. And the Knights are on the move. And the Falcons have not been able to find a way to shut down this Gothic Knight transition. NJCU doing an awesome job in transition tonight. And Vereen with a bump. And I'll bring back Shaquan Worthy. Vereen picks up foul number 2. Meanwhile, we will have a sub. Kier Martin will come back in. Coach Brown using this as a teaching moment here with Vereen, the young freshman guard, trying to teach him how to move his feet more there and avoid that foul. It'll send, as that is foul number 7. Spence to the line for the Falcons. They'll shoot 1 and 1. Cheerleaders, you can hear them stomping in the background. That is good. And 10 minutes into the half, Albertus finally in double figures in points. And an offensive foul on Banks.
Offensive foul, charged to NJCU number 2, Banks. That's his first, team foul number 8. Return to the foul, Banks is 0, LeBron Green.
So Albertus down 33-11 after the offensive foul, and a return there because Martin knocks Richardson to the court, our shiny, multi-toned, beautiful court here in Jersey City. Yuri Brutus returns for NJCU, and Perryman, the 6'9" center, back in for the Falcons. We've gone a little bit more than halfway here in the first half. Sam Toney with it. His team has 3 times as many points as Albertus Magnus. It's 33-11. The Falcons are 6-2. The Knights are 5-2. 2 excellent teams. Toney a little trouble handling that one. 6 on the shot clock. Toney, long 3. Oh, yes! Sam Toney drills it from NBA range with time winding down, and it's 36-11. And next dead ball, we will have that replay, which has been captured here by Paul Tanasilli, our producer. Turning the corner, Perryman, the layup is no good. Brutus with the board. 36-11. Sam Toney has 14 points. Toney wants another. This one is off the mark, though. Not a good shot. Baseball pass down the court. And look. That was interesting. Damian Grant couldn't handle that long pass and desperately tried to throw it back into play, threw it off the back of the backboard. That is not allowed. And turnover on Albertus Magnus. So I have bad news. We don't have the replay. Camera wasn't turned on. Our apologies. We'll have the next one, we promise. We think. Worthy draws, Richardson draws the foul. That is foul number 4 on Albertus, but it is 2 on Kier Martin, a starter for the Falcons. They will sub. They don't bring out Martin, though. They take out Spence. And Marquise Owens, sophomore out of Thoroughfare, New Jersey. I like the name of that town. Down in South Jersey. Sam Toney lost the handle, kicks it to Richardson. That ball's poked in the air. Athletic play by Richardson to bat it to Brutus. And Brutus connects. Yuri Brutus, after an athletic play there by Richardson to keep control, volleyball swat. And we're going to see it again. Hey, that's our first replay. Good job, Paul. And sends Brutus to the line. He'll have a chance for a 3-point play. I think Paul likes our new toy here. Hopefully the fans at home do. Brutus trying to make a three-point play, free throw. You could tell he's been practicing because he makes that one. Yuri Brutus, who averages 5.7 points a game, 67% foul shooter in a year, pushes the score to 39-11. Three-pointer is in and out, and Sam Toney has his 5th rebound. Richardson up the floor to Worthy. Worthy, three. That's off the mark. Toney's there. Toney finishes. He's got 16, and the lead is 30. 30 in the first half. Keep the accelerator on. That's off the mark. Toney with another board. Toney to Richardson. The Knights are going to be tired when this night's over, but they are running. And Richardson off the window knocks it down, and Albertus Magnus is getting blown out of Jersey City. It is 43-11, and they have no answer. Chikawosu, Denzel Banks will both come in. Chikawosu will come in. His brother Chiwe just gives me the eyebrow like, this is something special. 43-11. And you can hear the Gothic Knight cheerleaders in what has been the most impressive game played by this team in a long time. When you couple in the margin and who the opponent is, Albertus Magnus will probably be in the NCAA tournament. It's either going to be them or Johnson and Wales. There's nobody else in the GNAC that's even in their category in terms of strength and experience and just athleticism. I vote in the top 25 poll. I've been a D3 Hoops voter since 2004. So I have a pretty good idea of each of the leagues. And Albertus, to me, from what I have seen thus far, is the best team in that league. So when I say that the Gothic Knights are putting up one of their most impressive performances in years, you have to weigh who the opponent is. It is a 32-point lead. Jumper's no good, rebounded by Banks. Brutus has it, as I try to tweet at the same time. And traveling violation on the Knights.
Yuri, you're throwing it down. You got to inch closer and be ready to shoot.
And an offensive foul on the inbounds there by the Falcons. And substitution here, they will bring back Wilkes, number 30. 6:32 to go here in the half. Brutus, jumper is short, loose ball, and Brutus picks it up, spins, that is stripped out of his hands by Wilkes. Up the floor, Albertus a little slow to get up, they'll pull up, that is no good. And look at Shaquan Worthy, he's 5'7", couldn't tell by how high he got off the floor there. Smallest player in the four with the board. Over to the Green, Green to the hole, Green, that is blocked, but he is fouled, and he'll go to the line where he'll shoot two. One of the best foul shooters in the conference. He's only shooting 71%, but it's a small sampling size on the year. Green last year was among the best free throw shooters in the league, and he's close to 100% after leg injury forced him to miss a lot of time earlier this year. First free throw is good. Substitution will be Tyreek Perkins in for the Falcons. 44-11. Can the Gothic Knights get to 50 by halftime against the 11th best scoring offense in the country? That is good as well. So back-to-back free throws made there by Green. And the lead is 45-11. And Oh, out of bounds. Stepping on the sideline was Perkins. Even with the turnover, Coach Brown uses it as a coaching moment because Perkins was actually left wide open. And had he not been out of bounds, he probably would have had an open look for three. Coach Mark Brown in his 12th year, Mitch Oliver in his 12th year. Two veteran coaches who've gotten their teams to the NCAA tournament a number of times. Brown's been there 3 times, including each of the last 2 years. Wosu, Worthy, left arc. That's back rim, no good. Wosu skies and grabs it over to Brutus, who lost the handle, and that is stripped away. Yuri couldn't handle it cleanly. And James Julius will check in for the Knights. Ball's poked away by Wosu, loose ball, and the Falcons have it. Driving to the rim and scoring with a left hand is Perkins. 45-13 is your score. 5:17 to play here in the first half. An impressive first half. Yuri Brutus is bumped, and that's going to be a good foul there. Ed Papalizio, a freshman forward out of East Haven, he just checked in, and he immediately called for the foul. And that is now 9 fouls on Albertus, so it'll be a 1-on-1 situation. Number 23, Rayshawn Brewer back in. Yuri Brutus, who's made his only free throw today, he's at the line. Gothic Knights are 5 for 5 from the line today. And of course, as soon as I say that, they miss one. That's why you never talk about foul shooting. Crowd is certainly into it. Nearly lost there by Perkins. Perkins left to the baseline. Pull-up jumper is short, and Worthy with yet another rebound. 2-on-1. Banks to the basket. Miss. He couldn't get his own rebound, but again Worthy is there. He has had active hands today. Incredible effort by the senior out of Trenton. Hands it off to Green. Green beats his team last year with a game-winning three-pointer that got him National Player of the Week. And we're going to have a couple subs, and one of them is notable. So Julius is in, and also in the game is R.J. Thomas. This game means something to R.J. Thomas because he transferred mid-year last year to the Knights from Albertus Magnus, where he played the first semester last year and his freshman season. One of 2 mid-year transfers NJCU had from other programs that it had already played this year, the other being Jeff Haddock. Looked like a traveling violation there. Loose ball on the floor, and Julius gets all of him and then some. That's a professional foul. It'll send Wilkes to the line. Jeff Haddock, again, think about this, folks. Gothic Knights right now with a 45-13 lead. They are doing this without one of their top 3 scorers, Jeff Haddock, who averages 12.8 points a game. He has a leg injury, and he could play tonight if necessary, but it's not necessary. And they will save him for Montclair State on Wednesday, and the foul shot is no good by Wilkes. Wilkes averages just 2.9 points a game. He's the lowest scorer on a team that averages 93.5 points a game. 70% foul shooter on the year, but he misses both, and it is Thomas who gets the rebound, and he hands it off to Shaquan Worthy. Green to the basket, he's bumped. He'll shoot 2. That will be the 10th foul on the Falcons. The foul is on number 5, Devon Warner. So Tony's got 16 points. Green already has 8. 2 of 3 from the field. Both baskets are from 3-point range, and he will go to the line where he's made both so far today. And the first one is good. One more coming from the senior out of Teaneck. The lead is 33. You didn't mishear that. That is the actual lead here in the first half. Well, now it's 34 because he makes both, and it's 47-13. Just an incredible first half effort by a hungry Gothic Knights squad. Oh, Worthy picks his pocket. Worthy all the way to the basket. Misses. Looks like he drew contact. Nothing called. But a heads-up play by Worthy to pick off that pass. And that's stolen away. This time by Green. It's a 3-on-2. Green, spin move. And it is knocked out of his hands. It was not a shooting foul. It was actually knocked out before he got to the rim. So it'll be an inbounds play here. Interesting, on the last play, everybody, including myself, thought Worthy got fouled, and the official was honest. I didn't get there in time. I couldn't see it. The players are faster than the officials. And an offensive foul on James Julius on the inbounds. His second foul. And a turnover on the night. So Sam Toney will check back in. He's got 16 points in 10 minutes. Shaquan Worthy trying to chase him down from behind. Three-pointers blocked by Green. Green is blocking the three-point attempt by Warner. And then Worthy draws the frustration foul on Tyreek Perkins. And Shaquan Worthy, an excellent foul shooter in his own right, will go to the line. Worthy, don't believe the stats. He's only 8 of 18 from the line this year. Trust me, he's a good foul shooter. Rough start to the year from the line, but careers, he's been an excellent free throw shooter. And he makes that one to make me look honest. Richardson comes back in here for Green. And Owens checks back in for Albertus. 3:23 to go. The Gothic Knight lead is 35. 36 now, 49-13. Simply remarkable. Oh, good defense by Banks there, pressuring the inbounds. The Gothic Knights defense has been their Achilles heel. And if you're going to break out of it, why not do it against one of the top scoring teams in America? And the basket no good, but a foul on R.J. Thomas. And that will send Richardson to the line. We're going to have to go back deep into the record book to find the last time Albertus Magnus has been held to such a low first half scoring total. Free throw is good. So one more coming up here. Richardson on the year. Only 6 foul shot attempts coming into action. He makes both here. And the lead is now 49-15. Ira Thor with you live here at Coach Charlie Brown Court in Jersey City. My director is Paul Tenasilli, Juan Bertasia, JJ on the camera. Gothic Knights got out to a huge lead, 19-2 to start, and they haven't looked back. And it'll send Sam Toney to the line. He's already got 16 points. Tony's 2 for 2 at the line today, and on the year 28 out of 38. And that one is short. Next point for the Gothic Knights will give them 50 in the first half. And it happens here with 2:58 to go. And thrown away by Albertus Magnus.
Battle, Randy. The battle. Hey, Quan. You don't know it from the wing. You gotta go steal again.
On to the rim is Toney. Draws contact, and he'll go to the line with a chance for a three-point play. Toney, chance for a three-point play. He connects. He has 20 points with 2:40 to go. Knights are on the run. And Banks, that's blocked. He gets his own rebound. Kicks it to Tony. Tony travel. He thought about a three. And he picked up his back foot. Long three-pointer, in and out, Worthy with the board. Rebound there by R.J. Thomas, kicks it out to Tony. Tony, three, bang! And it brings the crowd to his feet. He has 23 points, and it's 56-15. The lead is 41. 41. And a free throw is good. One of two makes it 56-16. So I did a little tweeting, so if you're not watching the game, you have an idea what's going on. Worthy with it. Worthy drives and blocked out of bounds. No foul called, so the Gothic Knights will inbound with 1:19 to play. They lead by 40 in one of the most impressive performances I have ever seen by this program. Three-pointer by Banks is short. Loose ball, that is picked up here by Perkins. Perkins, and good defense by Denzel Banks getting back to knock the ball out of Perryman's hands. Banks with the athleticism wasn't going to be able to block the 6'9" player, but if you don't allow him to get the shot in the first place. Deny defense is what is being preached here by Coach Brown, and it is being effective here in the first half. Ball on the floor. Diving forward is looks like Brutus and Worthy. And taking the brunt of it is Perkins, who turned it over to begin with, and he's holding his right ankle and very slow to get up. And he and Brutus, little apologies there. That's just a basketball play. Obviously no intent there for anybody to get hurt. Can the Gothic Knights get to 60 before halftime? I asked if they can get to 50. Now I'm asking questions I've never asked before. Thomas has it. Thomas lost the handle, picked away by Owens. Owens, good defense by Richardson getting back. As I try to save the laptop, they get close to me. And a blocking foul on Richardson, who took the ball to the chin. Perkins will go to the line. 40.1 seconds to go. That one's good.
Why would you give it to him at the three-point line? Why would you give it to Randy right there?
One more attempt. That is good as well. So it's 56-18. Can the Gothic Knights hold Albertus to under 20 in the first half? That is the big question now. Banks has it. Banks kicks it to Richardson. with 21 seconds and 11 to shoot. Worthy lost the ball, loose ball on the floor, up court, and the dunk is no good. The putback is no good by Thomas. And the Knights the other way, 3-on-2, Banks to Worthy. That's blocked out of bounds with 5.4 seconds to go. I don't know, 3.1 seconds to go. I think I would have gone left side. Richardson was wide open. But NJCU will shoot 2. It'll be Worthy. What a first half by Shaquan Worthy. He's got 7 rebounds as a 5'7" point guard, along with 4 assists and 4 points. Make it 5 as he knocks down the foul shot. And the lead is 57-18. One more foul shot by Worthy. And that is good. He has 6. The lead is 40. Inbounds pass. 3 seconds to go. Three-pointer is short. Rebounded by Green. And the Gothic Knights will go to the locker room with an incredible margin. Absolutely shocking. What's shocking is not that the Knights are leading Albertus Magnus, it's the magnitude and the margin. They are blowing the Falcons out of the gym. It is 58-18. Absolutely mind-boggling first half by the 24th ranked team in Division III. 58-18, we're going to take a quick look at the halftime numbers for NJCU. Let me give you some individual scores first. Sam Toney, he's woken up. The All-American is out of his slump. 23 points, 7 out of 10 from the field, 5 of 8 from three-point range. He's added 7 rebounds. I don't know what else you could say. That is one of the most dominant first halves you will ever see. LeVron Green's got 10 points. 7 points for Brutus, who's got 4 boards. By the way, LeBron Green, shooting guard, has got 2 blocks. Also for the Knights, Worthy, 6 points, 7 boards, 4 assists, 2 steals, 6 points for James Richardson, 4 points for Banks and Wosu for Albertus Magnus. Not much to write home about. Perkins with 5, Owens with 5. Take a look at the team stats here as provided by my director and producer, Paul Tanasilli. Simply incredible. There's the Gothic Knight, by the way. Hi, Gothic Knight. This is just simply remarkable. The Gothic Knights are 19 of 38 from the field, 50%. Albertus Magnus, which averages 93 points a game, they are the number 11 scoring offense in the country. They have 18 points in the first half. They are 1 of 12 from three-point range. They are 4 of 31 from the field, and they are shooting 12.9%. Some other notable numbers there. Well, the turnovers haven't helped Albertus very much. Taking a look at the turnovers, 13 for Albertus Magnus. The Knights have turned that into a 19-6 differential in points off turnovers. The Knights have a 22-4 margin in the point, 13-3 in the fast break. I don't know what else to say except I'm going to take a break. The Gothic Knights are blowing out the best team in the Great Northeast Athletic Conference. We'll talk more about it in about 13 minutes as we get ready for second half action. See if the Gothic Knights can keep their foot on the accelerator and close out games which they've had problems doing. You're watching Gothic Vision. NJCU leads Albertus Magnus 58-18 here in Jersey City. And we are back here in Jersey City. Let's look at a couple quick highlights. My producer, Paul Tensilli, cut this right here is, I think this is Sam Toney's play. Toney drives hard to the rim, and he's fouled. He'll eventually get a three-point play out of it. And then we have another highlight, a great job by Yuri Brutus. Let's look at this down low. Brutus down low, avoids contact. He draws the foul and lays it in. That's just two of many, many highlights here in the first half. Our first half where the Gothic Knights have a 40-point lead over the best team in the Great Northeast Athletic Conference, 58-18. Albertus Magnus came into the day scoring 93.5 points a game, 11th best in the country. They were held to 18 points in the first half on 4 of 31 shooting. That's 12.9%. 1 of 12 from three-point range. Half their points came from the line where they were 9 out of 12. All right, so it will be Albertus Magnus ball. Original starters are out on the floor. And we are underway. Another 20 minutes of action in Jersey City. Does Albertus Magnus have any kind of a comeback in them? Gothic Knights, one of their Achilles heel this year has been closing games. That ball is kicked out of bounds by Green. And NJCU today will, with a 40-point lead, look to finish this one strong, keep their foot on the accelerator. Pull-up jumper is way off the mark. Loose ball, knocking his own man over. Trying to get the board was Grant. Albertus Magnus, a third opportunity. Wide open three. That is off the mark. Sam Toney with the carom. Up to Worthy here. Worthy avoids two guards defending him. Hands it off to LaRon Green. Green to the basket. Right-handed floaters. No good. Loose ball. And Wosu was able to force the ball kicked off the foot of an Albertus player. I think it was off of Grant's foot. And the Knights will get a fresh shot clock and inbound here. Inbounds to Toney. Toney's got 23 points. The All-American has woken up here after a really shaky start to the season. Worthy had the ball tipped away. Stolen here by Albertus Magnus. Does a good job. And in transition, no good, but the follow is good by Grant. That is one of the Falcons' top strengths, is their ability to cause turnovers and score in transition, which the Knights did so well in the first half. And another kick ball, this time by Green Younger. We say hello to Dave Armstrong, one of our great NJCU Gothic great alumni, watching in his retirement home in the Fort Myers area of Florida. I say retirement home, he really is retired, but he's like 51 years old. I don't know how he did it. He needs to write a tell-all book. Green kicks out to Toney from the corner. That one is short. Worthy, I should say Brutus, tries to keep it in play. Unable to do so, it'll be Falcon basketball. Oh, Worthy gets his right hand in there, nearly steals the inbounds. Pretty good crowd on hand for a Monday night. Not the easiest night to draw. It is a heavy class night on campus. So not the student body you would normally get on a Wednesday night. And basket's no good there. Drawing the foul was Damian Grant. It is on Chika Wosu. Spin move, and off of Wosu. Cuts off the baseline, but he knocks it out of play. Three-pointer is good. Just the second three-pointer the Falcons have hit today. That's by Damian Grant. Grant, who makes his first three-pointer of the year in 5 tries. Word to Sam Toney, that's back rim, no good, off the mark. And a rebound here by Martin. So the lead is now 35. Albertus has chipped into it a little bit. And a traveling violation on the Falcons. NJCU cheer team in the background. What a dynamic that is added this year. Cheerleaders being relaunched this year. A collaboration between that club and the athletic department here under new athletic director Sean Tucker, and really is an enhancing environment at home games. Inside to Wosu, avoids contact, lay-in with the right hand on the left side. And it's 58-23. Wosu has now 4 points. Falling to the floor and connecting, Green Younger. A wild shot, but effective. And then an offensive foul. No, correction. I thought for a second they were going to call a push-off on Green. It is on Green Younger. That is his first. First of 3 games this week for the Knights. Wednesday, they will take on Montclair State. That's going to be in Montclair. That's a huge game. The top 2 ranked teams in the conference in the preseason. The Knights are the NJAC preseason favorite. They got 9 of 10 first-place votes. Montclair State got 1 first-place vote. Coincidentally enough, the first-place vote for Montclair came from head coach Mark Brown of NJCU, who refused to vote his own team number 1. I have been voting Montclair in the national poll. I think I voted him 20th or 21st this week. Foul from behind by Martin. Second time in a row, Wosu has drawn a foul. So that's going to be a great game. And then on Saturday, it's going to be Alumni Weekend when NJCU plays Rutgers Newark. It'll be a 5 p.m. tip-off. But we're going to do something we have never done before. We're actually going to have 2 alumni games. We're going to have a over 40 game, so the old people like me can play. That'll be at 10:30 a.m. Shaquan Worthy inbounds from right in front of me. Hey, Shaquan. And then the under 40 game at 11:30. Women will play an alumni game. Soft touch by Brutus is no good. Rebounded and pushed up the floor. Tony with the blocking foul. The basket is good. And not sure who went down hard for the Falcons, but he'll go to the line with the chance for a 3-point play. And Tony will shoot. Finish what I was saying, the Rutgers Newark women will play NJCU at 3 o'clock on Saturday, but the NJCU women will have an alumni game on Friday night at 7, so 3 alumni games this year. And a timeout here by Albertus Magnus. I think this was to allow their free throw shooter to recover from what was a pretty hard foul there by Sam Toney on Green Younger. So Green Younger was able to score off the Damian Grant steal rebound and kind of swatted it up court because he was off balance. 6 points for Green Younger. He'll go to the line. Mitch Oliver, veteran head coach for the Falcons, cannot be happy with his team. New Haven, Connecticut, about 3 hours north of Jersey City. They came here 2 years ago. We returned the trip last year. And I think that we are going to, one more time, at least next year, return the trip again and go back to New Haven. And we'll see if the relationship continues on a year-by-year basis after that. 1 foul shot here by Green Younger. He averages 13.8 points a game. That's good. He's the tied for the leading scorer on his team. A good foul shooter, 78% in the year. 16-13 the play. 60-27, the Knights with a substantial lead. Albertus has outscored the Knights 10-2 here in the half. Worthy to Banks. He looked like he got fouled. Wosu comes up with the board, and he's able to save it to Worthy. I thought Banks got hit there. No call. And Tony draws contact. He'll go to the line for 2. Fouls on number 24, Damian Grant, the 6'6" rookie out of New Haven, Connecticut. Albertus Magnus, a private school. They have a mostly tri-state area recruiting based New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Tony to the line. And he connects there. And Tony makes both. And James Richardson will come and give Sam Tony a break. He now has 25 points. That is the 20th time that Sam Tony has scored at least 20 points in his career. Incredible accomplishment there for Tony. 20 times in the 20-point club. And that is going to be a foul, offensive foul on NJCU. Technical foul, I'm sorry. Be a technical foul here. It's on Chika Wosu for NJCU, and Younger's going to shoot some foul shots. By the way, that is now the 9th time that Sam Tony has scored at least 25 points in a game. Foul shot by Younger is good. He'll have one more. I'm not sure what led to that. I think just a frustration play. One more foul shot, and that's good as well. So Albertus Magnus has outscored the Knights 12-6 here, and they will have the ball. Yuri Brutus will come in here for Wosu after the tee. And an offensive foul drawn by Worthy. Great defense by Worthy. Ryan Pittman called for the infraction.
Hey, wait. Next guy to get
So Julius, Banks, Worthy, Richardson, Brutus are on the court for the Gothic Knights. A mixture of first and second team players as NJCU with 15 minutes to play continues to lead by 34. In a statement game here. Be interesting to see if the Knights can get to 100. Personally rooting for that. Banks, reverse, no good. Brutus is there to clean it up. And it's 66-30. Seven points for Brutus. Good defense by Yuri. Forces a contested shot that banks in by Grant. Speaking of Banks, Banks for the Knights was way up court all by himself. NJCU didn't see him. So Julius, another senior, hands off to Worthy, and he's called for another offensive foul. Second offensive foul on James Julius. His third foul of the half, of the game, I should say. It's first of the half. And that is a good call. Julius did not set himself on that screen. It's called for one of them in the Stevens game, the opening game loss, which of the three I thought was the most clear one. And Brutus off balance, had his back to the player. Can't do that with a player like Green Younger. And that will send him to the line for a pair with 14:02 to go. Free throw is good by Younger. He's now got 10 points. And Sam Toney's going to come back in here. Toney's got 25 of NJCU's 66. Both foul shots are good by Younger. And Albertus has cut the lead to 32. And usually when you lead by 40 at the half, you think it's over, but with a team that could score this much, I don't think you could say that. Three-pointer by Toney, in and out. And a rebound by Perryman. That was halfway down the cylinder. Worthy, a little bit of a block there. And then Richardson with the rebound. And it will be Gothic Knight basketball. Richardson again had it tipped out of his hands. Aggressive defense here by Albertus, trying anything they can do to get back in his game. Wilkes. Oh, they call foul there on Wilkes for that aggressive play. That's already 6 fouls here on Albertus in the first 6 minutes and change of this half. Now 7, and NJC will shoot another foul. Wilkes against Shaquan Worthy, who draws the foul. And Shaquan Worthy, this is going to be a long second half because the Knights are already shooting. So, NJCU will be at the line likely quite a bit here in the second half. Worthy is 4 for 4 from the stripe, 1-1, misses that one. And a bad pass there by Perryman. I think Shaquan Worthy took a little bit of an elbow or a hand to the forehead. He says he's all right. Gets a pat in the backside by Denzel Banks. Shaquan Worthy has grown quite a bit as a player. Came in as a freshman, was a very good high school player when he led the state of New Jersey in both assists and steals as a senior. Undersized point guard. Didn't get a lot of D1 looks, but has been a quality player for this team for 4 years. He played his freshman year, took a year off, and has come back and played 3 strong years, as that basket is good. And one of the 3 players featured on the calendars this year, a fitting tribute to Worthy and what he's meant to this team over the last 5 years. Foul is on Perkins. And it will send Richardson to the line. The Gothic Knights and the Falcons will both sub. It'll be Braylon Vereen and LeVron Green in here for Banks and Worthy. Back in is Dawkins and Devon Warner for Albertus. Perryman and Brewer come out. Lead is 30. Richardson shooting 1-1. In and out. And the Gothic Knights having trouble now in these 1-1 situations. Fortunately, 2 more shots, or 2 more fouls, and it'll be 2 shots the rest of the game. Albertus already with 8 fouls. Knights have 5. Pass down low, and that is a blocking foul. A lot of contact there by Brewer. And that is on James Julius, and that's number 4. So that'll send Brewer to the line. He has not scored yet today. He's got a couple rebounds in his account. Yuri Brutus will check in after this. And foul shot is good. Brutus comes in for Julius after picking up foul number 4. NJCU as a team can score. They are averaging 78 points a game. They have scored over 70 every game. But can they defend? That is going to be a question mark here in the second half of the year. Down the court, Brutus, Green, 3, in and out again. Gothic Knights haven't been able to connect on three-pointers here in the second half and gave up a couple closer looks. That three-pointer's off the mark. Rebounded by Graylin Vereen. Vereen, looking for Richardson. Didn't see Quillan Wilkes standing right in front of me. Gothic Knights are going to call a timeout. NJC lucky not to turn that over, as Wilkes couldn't handle. We're going to take a quick break as NJCU talks over. 66-38. You're watching Gothic Vision. NJCU against Albertus Magnus. Ira Thor with you here in Jersey City. Paul Tanasili is our director and producer, along with Janine Massetti, who hopefully is learning how to do this so she can take over during baseball season. And JJ Bertasia is on camera. Graylin Vereen after the timeout, over to Green. Strong to the hole, and it goes down. He'll go to the line with a chance for a three-point play. Let's take a look at that one. As you see, Green drives to the hole. And he connects. Now he'll go to the line now to try to connect on a three-point play. And he does. 68-9, 38 is your score. Good job, Paul. That's a perfect pull off there. And Green's got 13 points for the Knights. Second leading scorer. Three-pointer in and out, rebounded by Richardson. And he decides to hold up. Now Richardson, a 5-on-4, bounce pass to Vereen. Vereen to the basket. That's short, gets his own rebound, goes up, and he is fouled hard by three different players. Only one could be called for the foul, though. And it will be on Brewer. Second foul on Brewer. Graylin Vereen, the freshman out of Kearney, has not scored yet. He's over 2 from the field, including the miss a second ago after he got his own rebound. Lead is 31 with a little bit over 12 to play. And that foul shot is off the mark. Vereen now 2 of 5 from the line as a collegiate player. He'll have one more to try to get the Knights to 70, and he does. 70-38. And a foul on Vereen on the inbounds there. So that is 3 fouls on Vereen, 7th on the Knights. So that puts the Falcons in a 1-on-1 situation. Quillan Wilkes, freshman guard out of Bridgeport, Connecticut, will shoot 1-on-1. That is way off the mark. Sam Toney grabbing his 8th rebound of the game. Ninth rebound, I should say. That's now 3 offensive, 6 defense. Turnover out NJCU, and they'll bring back Shaquan Worthy after the Vereen turnover. His first turnover. Vereen's going to learn. He's a freshman. He's behind 2 senior point guards in Richardson and Worthy, and he's going to have a much bigger role next year as a sophomore, and that's an easy call. Can't get much easier there for Dennis Alaco. An offensive foul on Terry Dawkins. It's his second foul, his second turnover as well, and he'll bring Damian Grant back into the game.
Start at the 3-point line. LeVon, you take it out.
70-38, the Gothic Knights with an enormous lead. Hey, that's new this year. We have a spongy. Clean the court for moisture. That's a new one. We used to have to grab towels and the such. That's a turnover on the inbounds. Drive to the basket, no good. Tip, no good. Loose ball. And Albertus will reset. But Sam Toney has it. Sam Toney collects the ball, and he will pull the ball out. Thought about going to the rim hard, but against 2 players, even for Toney, that would have been a tall task. The Knights go into one of their patent plays. Worthy with it to Toney. 3-pointers short, and a rebound here by Warner. Loose ball, Worthy tiptoeing the sideline, steals it. Worthy to Toney. Toney will drive. Toney lays it in with the right hand. He's got 27, and the Knight lead is 72-38. Sam Toney is going to have an opportunity for his first 30-point game of the season. Jumper is no good, and on the follow and over the back, called on Grant. Richardson will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. Richardson, a transfer from Lincoln University, his only year with the Knights after coming over from the D2 Lions. Jersey City native out of Snyder High School. And he makes the first foul shot. Toney will get a break. Wosu will come back in. We'll also have a couple subs here as Pittman and Perryman return for the Falcons. If you're curious, and Toney with 27 points, he's scored 30 or more points 5 times in his career, all last year. Looking for his first of the season, and we'll have a lot of time to reach that mark. 2 free throws made by Richardson, blocked by Brutus, and out of bounds. Yuri Brutus with the swat. Oh, Worthy got a piece of that one. Green gets a piece of it. Still Albertus holds on to it. And a running right-hander goes down. And that was by Younger with the basket. And a bad inbounds pass by NJCU.
That's our press breaker. That's what you need the basket.
Gothic Knights on the press, throw it away. The largest lead in this game has been 41. Albertus has never led. NJCU out rebounding the Falcons 30-18. They're shooting 35% from 3. The Falcons just make their 3rd 3 of the game. That brings them from 12% to 17% overall. Falcons are going to press. NJCU still leading by 41. Well, Worthy, the point guard who can handle the press well. So can Richardson. Richardson, strong to the hole, double clutch. And it's 76-43. I'm gonna look at that one in a moment. Younger for 3, that one's good, he makes another. That's his 16th point. Brutus is able to make that one fall down against the much taller Perryman. 78-46 is your lead. The other way, a tie-up, and Worthy pulls it out of his hands. Jump ball, Gothic Knights. Let's take a look at that last basket here. Look at this double clutch here by Richardson. There we go. Richardson double clutch to the rim. And a really great play by him, 78-46. So after Worthy causes the turnover, and the Gothic Knights in transition, Wosu is able to score in transition. Great basket there by NJCU. His 8th point for Wosu. Assist by James Richardson, his 3rd. Wosu gets charged for his 4th foul of the game. And it will send Younger, who's got 16 points. He's going to go to the line for Albertus. 80-46, 1-1. That one in and out and finally in. Jarrell Spence will come back in for the Falcons. And one more free throw by Green, the junior out of Norwalk, Connecticut. And that is in and out. Put back by Perryman's no good. Brutus is there for the rebound. 9 minutes approaching time going here in the second half. The Gothic Knights leading by 33. Missed by Worthy. Wosu put back. He draws the foul, and he'll go to the line for 2. Good job there by Chika Wosu boxing out. And while he couldn't convert against contact, he'll have a chance to go to the line for a couple. Wosu on the year averaging 7.1 points a game. 64% foul shooter for the big man. That one is not good. Wosu, of course, the younger brother of 2-time NJAC Defensive Player of the Year, Chiwe Wosu, who's now one of the top assistants on head coach Mark Brown's staff in his 3rd year. Wosu will have one more. Michael Richardson back in the game for Albertus, number 20. That is good. So 1 of 2 for Wosu. He's got 9 points, and then the lead is 34. Ball's handed off to Younger. Younger's going to drive off balance and lost the ball out of bounds. Kicked it off his own foot. That is the 20th turnover on Albertus Magnus. Marquise Owens checks back in. 81-47. Ira Thor with you here on GothicVision in Jersey City at Coach Charlie Brown Court. Richardson, right-hander, no good. Rebounded by Wosu. Wosu put back is good. Chika Wosu, strong on the offensive glass. And the lead is 36. He's got 11. Another good effort by Wosu. He's been overshadowed by Tony and Green. Oh, Wosu with the steal on a bad bounce pass. Up the court to Brutus. Brutus lays it in. And it's 85-47. His 13th point. Richardson with the dime. That is off the mark. Rebounded by Richardson. Next chance, we'll take a look at that finger roll. But first, it's Worthy with it. Worthy over to Brutus, and the Knights will reset. They lead 85-47. This is what we expected from this team all year. Somehow Worthy was able to hold on to the ball after falling to the floor. Brutus spins. Brutus lays it in, but first a traveling violation. Well, let's take a look at the non-traveling violation here. Well, that's the Richardson play from before. That was good, but we don't need to see that again. We'll see it later tonight. All right, here we go. Richardson up the floor. Brutus, and lays it in. Send that one to Twitter while you're at it. Well, we're going to really test Paul's producing skills here. 85-47. Richardson is able to hit there against R.J. Thomas, who just checked in for the Knights. And NJCU will call a full timeout. We're going to try to tweet out a play from the broadcast for the first time ever. Oh, it failed. Oh, Facebook failed. That's all right. We only care about Twitter there. Let's see if that works. Boom, it worked. Good job, Paul Tanasilli. All right, so we just tried some fun new toys here on GothicVision. If you go to Twitter later, you can see that play by Yuri Brutus. It's already online. So it might not seem like something to be excited about, but we've been trying to come up with some new innovative hashtag progressive stuff to do here at NJCU, and hopefully you guys will like this one if you're watching at home. Go to NJCU Athletics, that's our Twitter handle. You can already see that finger roll by Brutus. Oh, I don't think it worked. Oh, it showed the live play. Yeah, it didn't work. It's showing the timeout. We have to try it again. So attempt number 1 failed. I'll delete that. Well, actually, wait a second. Let's. Oh, it might have worked. Let's see. Yeah, no, it froze. It froze. You got to do it not in freezing mode there. All right, so we're learning here. As you hear me and Paul have a conversation live on the air with my director. I'll delete that one, but we'll try again. We're going to get this to work. We'll do some cool, exciting stuff as the year goes on. Graylin Vereen back in the game. James Julius back in the game. So let's reset. You got Julius, Green, Thomas, Vereen, and Banks. Those are your Gothic Knights on the floor in NJCU in these nice new Adidas uniforms. Spence for 3. That is off the mark. Rebounded by Julius. Up the floor to Banks. Banks in transition, and he lays it in with a left hand. And the lead is 87-49. The Knights 13 away from 100. Three-pointer way off the mark. Richardson tries to track it down. It said it's an assist to Green here. Green with the ball. Green has his pocket picked. He tried, Mark Brown told him to pull it out. He didn't hear him. And the basket is good by Perkins. He'll go to the line with a chance for a three-point play. So 87-51 is your lead, 36-point margin. Gothic Knights trying to improve to 6-2 in a year, looking to send the Falcons to their 3rd loss, and barring a miraculous comeback, that is indeed what will happen. Thanks to Green, nearly turns it over, and they do right underneath. Can't get any easier than that. I have no idea why Banks didn't go for that ball. And then a foul by the Falcons as they are pressing hard here to try to come back. Foul is on Spence. All right, I think if you check Twitter in a moment, as Vereen goes to the line, he knocks down the first. I think now we figured out how to use the new toy. We skipped an important step in the process. Second foul shot by Vereen, no good, and picked up by Spence. Lead is 88-54. Spence He's able to hit that in transition. He draws the foul, and he'll go to the line with the chance for a three-point play. Foul is on Vereen. That is, I believe, his fourth. Look at that. Well done, Paul Tanaselli. That is no good, and that is deflected up and over the backboard, off the shot clock, and out of bounds. Dead ball will belong to the Knights. All right, so now if you go to Twitter, hashtag, or I should say handle is NJCU Athletics, and check out the Yuri Brutus fast break layup. We're now going to be able to do this with other players throughout the year now that we know how to use this fun new toy. Got the Knights in transition. Green to RJ Thomas, who misses a point-blank layup. Didn't use the backboard. In fact, I just heard head coach, or actually no, that was Jordan Roberson, assistant coach, yelled out, there's a backboard there for a reason. And traveling looked like a travel. Instead, just another point-blank layup. Both teams missing easy layups, and then Vereen just gets a clothesline. Foul is on Owens. Vereen will go back to the line. Braylon Vereen, who is 2 of 4 from the line. He's got 2 points in 6 minutes. There's a good chance for him to learn the collegiate game. I think Sam Toney's probably done for the day, so he won't get to 30. Substitution, it'll be Warner back in for Albertus, and for the first time, great story, 5'4" freshman point guard Zuriel Tercius out of North Bergen, New Jersey, the only walk-on to make this year's team. Coach Brown, he doesn't need to do this. You know, most other nationally ranked teams don't have open tryouts, but Coach Brown does. And the one player who impressed in those open tryouts the most was Zuriel Tercios, and he made the team. Obviously not going to play major minutes, as he's behind 3 other point guards who were highly recruited, including 2 seniors. But Tercius is a gritty little player and great on the ball, and he's going to see some time throughout the year, and he's going to play probably the last 5-6 minutes here of what has become a Gothic Knight blowout. Perkins already hit the first. One more free throw. He connects on both. And Perryman will come back in. So when you look at the final score, it's going to look a little closer than it really was. Albertus has put up 40 points here in the second half. So that's mostly now against the Gothic Knights' second team. There is only one starter on the floor in LeVaron Green. Vereen, Julius, Green, Tercius, and Thomas out there. Vereen had his pocket pick knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Gothic Knight ball. Julius hands off to Tercius. Over to Vereen. Vereen got fouled, nothing called. Vereen stops, pops, misses. Rebound by RJ Thomas. Tie up. They keep tying up despite the whistle. And a little bit of a hug there between a pair of former teammates in Perkins and Thomas. Of course, RJ Thomas, a transfer from Albertus Magnus. Possession arrow favors the Falcons. 3-point attempt. That is good by Warner. Got the Knights quickly up the floor, and they turn it over. No reason to throw it up the floor there. RJ Thomas had no idea where the ball is. Spence down the floor, and an offensive foul as he takes out Vereen, who got hit pretty hard there. And he comes up wincing. Perryman, the 6'9" junior center, will come back in here for the Falcons, 88-61. Vereen, loose ball on the floor, and stolen away by the Falcons. Julius with the hold. Nobody could pick up the ball. And Julius will pick up foul number 5. He will foul out of this game. So without the NJCU starters on the floor, NJCU struggling against this Albertus press. Of course, the game well within hand at 88-61. Julius will foul out. Eighth time an NJCU player has fouled out this year. Second time it has been James Julius. Sam Tony, Denzel Banks also have fouled out twice. And this will send Warner to the line for a couple shots. First one is well off the mark. Misses both. However, they get a rebound. Off-balance shot, and again Albertus with the board. Third opportunity of her shot is no good. Fourth chance, no good. Fifth chance is by Perryman, and he'll go to the line. You're 6'9", you're supposed to get those rebounds, and he does, and he'll have a chance for a three-point play. Chikawosu will come back in for the Knights. NJCU having a little trouble rebounding with not a lot of size on the floor. Banks with the board, however. And Tertius draws the foul there. Foul is on Tyreek Perkins. That is his third foul, and it will send Tertius to the line. Tertius has not scored as a collegian. He's taken one shot. This will be the first time that he has shot a foul shot. Now let's see what the walk-on from North Bergen can do. Well, he connects. That's the first career point for Tercios. Vereen will come out, and Wosu back in, and Spence will come back in for the Falcons with 4:25 to play. That is good. He makes both, and the Knights get to 90. Will they get to 100? I don't know. We'll find out. Three-point attempt by Albertus Magnus is very, very short. Tercios, I think, is called for a push-off, and I think that's actually a good call, as he was trying to box out a much bigger player and fouled Warner in the process. So Warner will go to the line. Free throw is good, and Richardson will come back in here for R.J. Thomas. Second free throw is good as well. Perryman back in for the Falcons. Well, second half, it's taken a long time to play because there's been a lot of fouls. Teams have been in the double bonus for quite a while. Banks, wild shot, and he goes to the ground pretty hard. Not really sure a shot he needed to take there. Banks trying to take it hard to the rim and takes a tumble. He'll go to the line for two. Banks has 6 points. Gothic Knights have 5 players in double figures. Sam Toney has 27 points in 19 minutes. That's just absurd. 13 points by Green and Brutus, 11 points by Wosu, 10 points by Richardson. Banks foul shot, back rim, no good. One more attempt here by Denzel Banks, sophomore transfer out of Monroe College. Misses both. Loose ball, last touched by Banks, and it will be Albertus basketball. 4:08 to play here. Ira Thor with you live on Coach Charlie Brown Court. My director-producer, Paul Tanisili, with an assist from Janine Massetti, and JJ Bertasia is on camera. Tom Kritzkowski, Matt Chiquette are on stats tonight. 3-point attempt is no good. Wosu tried to send it over to Green, kicked out of bounds. Owens basketball, or Owens kicked it, it'll be Gothic Knight basketball. Our next broadcast here on GothicVision will be on Saturday, 3 and 5 o'clock when NJCU hosts Rutgers Newark. Alumni games, of course, that day. 10:30 for the over 40 crowd, 11:30 for the under 40 crowd. Not gonna lie, when we set that schedule, part of the reason I did that is because I know the under 40 crowd likes to sleep a little bit. You know, us old folks, you know, I'm 41, I can say that. Us over 40, you know, we're up pretty early every day. Terrible pass there. And that leads to a fast break basket by Perkins. He'll have a chance for a 3-point play. Bad turnover there at midcourt. So in the second half, we're starting to see a little bit of what Albertus Magnus can do, albeit against only some of NJCU's starting lineup and not Sam Toney. Keep in mind the Knights have done all of this today, though, without their third leading scorer, Jeff Haddock, who's been their leading scorer in several games this year. Haddock has been the leading scorer on 2 different occasions, including a 26-point game. So with 3:36 to play, Tercios will head to the line. He's already made both of his first 2 career foul shots. And he connects. Second foul shot is good, so he's got 4 points. 92-68 is your score. Three-point attempt, well off the mark. Rebound comes to Green, who is grabbed, and a foul on Pittman. Green's got 13. He's 5 of 5 from the line today, 3 of 6 from the field. Not anymore. Owens back in for the Falcons. NJCU will improve to 3-0 at home, 6-2 overall, and they will win for the 6th time in 7 games after losing the first game of the year. Green makes the second, 93-68. Green, correction, that's James Richardson, I think. who blocked that out of bounds. I lost track of it for a second, but a quality block there. And loose ball back in the hands of Perkins, who's able to lay it in. Under 3 to play here. Running left-hander is good by Richardson. 3-point attempt, that's good. Falcons over 70 points. And Mitch Oliver will call a timeout. Lead is 22 now, 2:25 to go. Quick timeout, 2:25 to go, 95-73. Gonna take a look at that block there. Good work, Paul Tanasilli, as the point guard with the swat. So after the timeout, 2:25 to go. The score is going to look closer than it actually was because the Knights led by as many as 41. Will they get to 100? I've asked that question twice already. Loose ball, and Banks is able to come up with it. Somehow keeps his feet. And down in pain, Liam Perryman, who went up to try to come up with that loose ball. His active hands for Albertus Magnus has seen a lot of deflections. He is down and he is in a lot of pain. Holding his head. Head athletic trainer Carla Mejia is over to attend to him. We're going to take a quick break here. 95-73 is your score on GothicVision.
They are both preceded by a Alumni Weekend at 10:30 a.m. It's the over 40 men's basketball alumni game and at 11:30 the under 40 alumni game, followed by the men and women at 3 and 5 p.m.
So 2:18 to go. Here there's a Monday Night Football game going on somewhere. Paul Tanasilli is not winning in fantasy football this week. He's going to take a loss. Gothic Knights will not take a loss. They are up by 22, closing out the final 2 minutes of this game. Tercius will pull it out. 16 to shoot. Pressure here by Warner, and Tercius picks up the foul. He'll go back to the line where he's been very successful. Tercius, who's 4 of 4 from the line, and a technical foul is on number 5, Devon Warner, so he picks up another foul. And Tercius will shoot 4. So Richardson will shoot the Tex And then Tercius will shoot the regulars. And no good by Richardson. He'll have one more. He shakes his head. And the left-hander makes one of two, so it's 96-73. RJ Thomas back in. Wosu, his night is likely done. Tercios. Again, one of the great stories. Not too often you see a walk-on, a freshman walk-on, make a nationally ranked team and play, but he is. And he misses the first, left it short. One more for Tercios. That is good. So he's 5 of 6 from the line, the first 5 points of his college career. So good for the rookie out of North Bergen. 2 minutes to go here in this one. Another three-point attempt. And in the second half, we're starting to see what Albertus Magnus could be. Richardson up the floor to Thomas, who lays it in on the fast break. That's 99 points and a big reaction that gets from the crowd. That last three-pointer, by the way, was by Owens. This three-point attempt is blocked. Up the floor to Richardson. Richardson, and that's 100 for the Knights. And the crowd loves it. 101-76. And NJCU gets to the milestone, the century mark. That three-pointer no good. Thomas with the rebound. He has a big crowd. Here comes Banks. Banks, fast break, lay in, yes! 103-76, a minute to go as NJCU tonight is finishing off a rout of the best team in the Great Northeast Athletic Conference. Three-pointer well off the mark, out of bounds. It'll be Falcons basketball. Let's look at some clips here. Which one you got here for me? This is I think that's the Richardson play. We'll look at a few others in a second. Back to game action. Three-pointer is good by Owens with 44.6 to go. Not sure what is wrong at the table. But there was a conversation with the table. Five seconds on Green. And he didn't get much help from his teammates, though. In fact, Zuriel Tercios at 5'4" was hiding behind a player 4 inches taller than him. Probably, I don't know, look at that, maybe 8 inches taller than him. Inbounds play, basket off the window is good. Albertus Magnus is going to get a lot closer to their scoring average than they should have after scoring 18 points in the first half. Richardson at midcourt with 44 seconds to go. Green has it over here with 20 to shoot, 33 remaining in the game. Tercios, good ball handling. Over Banks, reverse layup, no good. And Richardson with the board. Up the floor, Albertus Magnus is able to lay it in. Yes, they'll get that in one free throw attempt to try to cut the final margin to 19. But it was not even remotely that close. Gothic Knights now have their first 100-point game of the year. And if you read the final recap later on NJCUGothicKnights.com, we'll be sure to mention how many times that has happened in school history. Banks with the rebound and draws the foul on the other Richardson. So with 12.7 seconds to go, the Knights will shoot 2 foul shots. Banks has 8 points. If he scores both here, we'll give the Gothic Knights 6 in double figures tonight. But Banks is 0 for 2 from the line, so I might be the kiss of death. And I am. A little bit of frustration for last week's NJAC Player of the Week. Well, everybody's got stuff to work on. Then for Denzel will be some work on the foul shooting. He makes the second to give the Gothic Knights a lead of 104 to 83.
No fouls, no fouls.
Wild layup attempt, no good. Richardson, that is no good. Rebound by Thomas. He will hold it. That will do it. And the Gothic Knights blow out Albertus Magnus. 104 to 83 your final. And it was largely due to an incredible first half. NJCU outscored the Falcons 58 to 18 in the opening period. They held the Falcons to just 12.9% shooting, 8.3% from the three-point zone in that opening half. And despite a 60-point second half, basically, by Albertus Magnus, not nearly enough. NJCU improves to 6-2, and Albertus drops to 6-3. Taking a look at the final game stats, there you have them on the screen. Great shooting night for the Gothic Knights overall. And they just dominated in all facets of the game here in Jersey City. So our next broadcast will be on Saturday, 3 and 5 o'clock when the Gothic Knights take on Rutgers Newark, the Scarlet Raiders, in NJAC action on Senior Day here, or Alumni Day here. Senior Day is not till February. I'm not going to rush things. Alumni Day here in Jersey City. NJCU, of course, on the road on Wednesday night at Montclair State. That men's game is going to be one to behold against the two best teams in the NJAC. Your final score, once again, NJCU 104, Albertus Magnus 83, a convincing win for the Gothic Knights. I want to thank my producer and director tonight, Paul Tanasili. Janine Massetti was learning how to do it because she's going to take this over eventually. Hopefully she got a little bit of education along the way. And JJ Bertasia on camera tonight for the Gothic Knights. 27 points for Sam Toney in 19 minutes. Incredible effort by him. He had 9 rebounds, 15 points, 5 assists, 7 boards for James Richardson, 14 points for LeBron Green. Shaquan Worthy, 7 rebounds, 6 points, 5 assists, 4 steals. He drew 7 fouls. He had a plus-minus of 30 tonight, matching Sam Toney for a game high. Otherwise, Yuri Brutus had 13 points on 6 of 8 shooting. And Chikawosu, 5 of 6 from the floor, 11 points, 6 boards. NJCU shot 50% from the field, 86.7% from the line, and 46.7% from three-point range on a dominant effort. On behalf of my entire crew and everyone at NJCU Athletics, I'm Ira Thor. Thanks for watching tonight's broadcast of NJCU basketball here on GothicVision.